So this is the final stop of the day for me, and then I think I'm going to hit the pub before going back to my apartment. This is Devil's Gap battery. It was built in 1902 and has two 6-inch guns. I really like the camouflage above the gun house there. Just sort of broken up bits of rock just to help it blend into the mountain behind. And as you can see, it looks out over the bay towards Spain. It protects the harbour. Guns are nicely preserved. There's buildings, shell hoists going down to the magazines below, but that's all sealed up at the moment. But yeah, really nice little battery. So I'm heading up Engineers Road, which leads to the Mediterranean Steps, which should take me up to O'Hara's Lord Airy's battery at the top of a rock, both currently closed, as is the World War II tunnels for refurbishment. So I picked a bad time to come, but plenty else to see, and we're going to see what we can find. So I'm on the steps now, and the first thing I come to is Levant Battery. It's a fantastic view out over Europa Point. There's a few monkeys down there, so I'm not going to get any closer. But yeah, originally had a 9.2-inch gun, and this was removed, I can't remember when, but was recently rediscovered at a scrapyard in Gibraltar. It's now down at Europa Point, waiting for restoration, and hopefully will be put on display somewhere soon. So I'm about a third of the way up the steps now, and I've come to Martin's battery, I think it's called. There's a couple of observation buildings here, very similar to the type you see on the cliffs at Dover back in the UK and around the southeast coast. And I think it was for two 4-inch guns here. I don't know how they got them up here, it's a bit of a trek. I was going to look in the first one now, and there's actually a plinth here for the range finding equipment, I believe. Don't normally see that. Often the free concrete plinths underneath are there, but the actual instrument on top is gone. Not much of a view now. It's quite cloudy today, but there's an original text there on the shuttering. But yeah, don't often see that. I suppose a scrap man missed it. A bit further along there's a second observation post, and not much to see in this one. It's been cleared out. Can't see any writing on the walls. No instruments left. So I'm going to keep moving, and you're looking down the eastern side of Gibraltar now, back towards the Spanish border. And this is, I think it's named after Martin's Cave or something, so I don't know if this is the actual cave, or bricked up now. There's a holdfast for one of the 4-inch guns. And yeah, it's a really nice view. It's a bit cloudy again, a bit misty down on the sea. You can see the high-rise buildings down the far end. Not sure why they're allowed to build those. And then I'm going to head back a little way and keep going up the steps. And I think there's a gull nest here, because this seagull is here. He's getting a bit close. I'm off. This is the final section of the steps, where it actually does become steps. My legs are pretty gone by now. I'm not used to this. I've had a lot of knee trouble the last couple of years, and yeah, I don't think I've quite prepared well enough for this, but I'm nearly there. Lord Airy's and O'Hara are at the top, but as I said earlier, these are currently closed, so I don't think I can get in them. It's a good reason to come back in the future though. And there's a view from the top, looking down towards the harbour, along the very top of the rock itself, and down the eastern bank. So this is a little pillbox by the entrance to O'Hara's. Nothing special, just concrete blocks, but there is a nice little text just in the entrance, 42-43 dated. This is the entrance to Bellman's Cave, built by Captain Bellman, the Royal Artillery, Heavy Artillery Unit, anti-aircraft battery. It's 1942-43. There's a lovely little inscription at the front of the tunnel. listing some of the names, and it's one of these concrete blast walls from the Second World War at the entrance. And then the tunnel looks like it leads right through the rock, one side to the other, or right at the top. So what have we got here? So this room looks like maybe a little guard post just at the entrance. These are for water tanks, I believe. Yeah, there's remains of one there, rusted away. It doesn't feel that safe in here actually. There's a few loose rocks on the floor. I'm a little surprised they've left this open really. Going through, some timber remains, and there's, yeah, it looks like a type of Nissan hut built inside a rock. Most of the timbers you can see are rotted away though. Quite damp in here. There's another one now. We've carved out quite a good section here. Looks like maybe some type of observation post at the far end. It's good shelter if there were bombing raids on Gibraltar. They could have come in here, and imagine they would have been perfectly safe before going back to the heavy anti-aircraft guns. Original equipment here. Yeah, a little observation post at the end. Quite misty out there though, can't see anything today, just one seagull. So I found some Gibraltar apes, some monkeys. I'm up next to the cable car station now. It's very misty at the moment. Should be burning off soon though, hopefully. A few little monkeys here, and some old World War II buildings as well. Some gun positions up here, anti-aircraft I think mainly, observation posts, and yeah, a few monkeys hanging out. Got a nice date on one of the steps, 1943. And above the door to this little building there's a plaque on the wall inscripted with Alma, or the Alma and the Eagle, and it looks like 1942 on that one. So World War II definitely. Haynes Cave battery, 1903, and there were two 4-inch guns here. One of them is still in place with its protective shield, just next to the Windsor suspension bridge, which I'm not too keen about. I don't really like heights, but I'm going to cross it anyway. But yeah, there's one gun at either end of this. One at the far end has been removed, but yeah, the first one's still there. And yeah, I don't like this very much. It is shaking quite a bit as I walk across this, so I'm going to do it quite quickly. Yeah. It is a really impressive view from here though, and yeah, not too keen on that, but out to the harbour, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, really nice to see the 4-inch gun still in place.
As I wandered through the jungles of India, all the monkey folk, they came to me, and they looked up and they said, "Vince Noir, rock and roll star, we need your face." Why? Why do you want my face? Because only then can we truly lead with a human face, and yours is the one we want. Give us it. Monkey stole my face, took me down to another place. Now I'm leader of their race, I'm a monkey king.
This is spur battery. I'm just going to do a short clip, as I think I'm going to do a full video on this one. You just see Morocco off in the distance there, and the gun has been removed here like at Levant. You can still see it. It's on display back in the UK at the Imperial War Museum at Duxford. Well worth a day out there. But yeah, an empty pit here now, but a lot to see underground as well. So yeah, I'm going to do a separate video of this one. So I'm just on the road up from Devil's Gap Battery, and I found this little position. It looks like just a gun position in the rock itself. I've climbed through, and there's a tunnel behind. I've just walked down to the far end. There's a little gated entrance down here, it's all locked up. So you can see some water tanks to my right and hooks in the wall still. This leads down to the first position on my left, and then further down to what I'm assuming is the second position. Now I've been told this is possibly Cave Battery or Queen's Road, Lower Queen's Road Battery. I'm not entirely sure, but apparently it did hold two 25-pounder guns. I saw one of those yesterday down at the Napier and Magdala Battery, I think it was called, where the 100-ton gun is. They've got one on display there. There was about 8 out in Gibraltar. There's 2 remaining, which are both down there now. I think one was in the World War II tunnels for a while, but it did need a bit of attention. But yeah, it's been restored and it's down there. I'll stick a photo up in a moment. But yeah, this second position is still sealed off. It's just a bit of timber, a bit of boarding in the entrance. But yeah, it's a nice little position. I can't imagine much hitting it from here, and I'm assuming it was to fire down onto the harbour area if there was any sort of invasion. Plenty of room in here for ammunition. Yeah, it's a nice little find. Nothing on the walls though, no graffiti or inscriptions sadly. So I'm going to head out and head back down to Devil's Gap.